Hi, Blizzard. Thanks for listening. Once again, you make a great looking video game, and once again, you just want to screw over those of us who, don't live in America. Now, I'm not saying this can't be fixed, but making Overwatch buy to play really just drives home that whole, hey, let's screw Australia and New Zealand over. Why? Well, let's see. First off, the download only version, right? The one that was like, oh, well, it's not full price game. It's only $40. In America, it's only $40. In Australia, it's $70 or 69.95 Australian for a digital download. Digital download. There's nothing physically came over here. That's just the transfer changes between Australian dollars and American dollars. So, I mean, price alone, yeah, I get why you're doing it. Don't get me wrong. Buy to play, I mean, there's some really solid reasons to the whole, hey, we want to have everybody have everything right off the bat. I'm with you. You know, you could have done that with free to play, but I can understand why you didn't. It's your choice. Don't get me wrong. But I'm basically just telling you why I'm not super enthused about Overwatch anymore. It just, from an Australian point of view, a Yankee now in Australia, things are way different here, internet wise and money wise, than it is back in the States. Free to play has a lot of advantages for us down here because we have no idea how our particular internet, because there's so many internet service providers and so many variations on how it can work, how good any connection is going to be, let alone ones to servers that may not even be in Australia. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys will do what you did with WoW like 5 years later, but you did with WoW with the Oceanic servers. You'll probably just use the same server cluster for your Overwatch servers. But I have no idea how that well that's going to work. I have no idea what the lag's going to be like. I'm not going to idea what the server population is going to be like. These are all things that you're asking me to take on blind faith for $70 minimum. Don't even get me started on if your ISP happens to have data caps, which a lot of them do around here. So it's like, oh, well, we'll buy the physical versions. Sure, give me $90 for the physical version because that's the only version that you can buy in Australia physically is the $90 version, or $190 for the collector's edition. You can give me the money, I don't mind. And again, no idea what the day one patch is going to be because you know there's going to be a day one patch. I mean, these are just the way things go. Again, these are Australian problems, and I can see why an American company doesn't really care because nobody else seems to. It's still another reason why we're not quite as enthused as we were yesterday. You know? Plus, I can't get my wife to play because it's like, oh, finally a pretty FPS. That might be what I need to get her to get through the door to start. No, we're gonna make you pay for it too. So double the price. Yeah, thanks. No, not gonna happen. Especially when it's unproven, untested. If you're doing an open beta, that will alleviate some of the issues. I mean, if I can get in there and I can try it out here a month or two before launch, we can talk and I'll see how it works. But now, based on what I've heard so far, no sale. I mean, you're competing against what? Dirty Bomb, character-based first-person shooter, free to play. I've already given them like $10 to get more characters. Good to go. Enjoying myself. There are a couple Australian servers, but even for free, we're only getting about 10 to 12 servers regularly in Australia and Oceanic servers. So occasionally I have to run on American servers. I've proven, and I can test that I can still fight on American servers. Okay, not as well as I would normally, but okay to have fun now and again. MechWarrior Online now has Oceanic servers. I had given it up when I first got here. They hadn't had Oceanic servers yet. They just opened them up. Hey, I can play again, and actually get really good pings and do rather well, even though I think they're based in Singapore. So there are a couple of stopgaps. I don't get, America two-digit pings. I get 100 pings, but that's still good enough to play. You know, World of Tanks. I can get the Oceanic servers. I can get the American servers. Both of them do just fine with that game. Granted, it's World of Tanks. You could probably play that game on you know, a laptop from 10 years ago and still play fine ping wise. But I digress. World of Warships. Another priority of theirs. All of these are free to play games. Team Fortress 2. Servers are everywhere. Servers are plentiful, and it's free. Granted, that is like a 10-year-old game. but it's still a good quality game that still plays well. So what is Overwatch bringing to me besides the aesthetic, which I love, that I can't get elsewhere for less? That's I can test at least, and that's one of the biggest issues I have with all of this is that I can't test it. I can't prove to myself, to my friends, to anybody who's like, "Hey Jim, what do you think of Overwatch?" Well, I don't know. I'm not asking you to be in the open beta. I'm not asking you to be in the closed beta. I'm not going to give you any money to get into a beta. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to do that either. You're not getting any money out of me, and that's the point. You know, it used to be Blizzard game back in the states. This would come out no problem. $40. It's like an hour or two worth of work. I don't care. Here, I got kids. I'm on the other side of the planet. My internet connections, because it's an online only game, no idea what's going to get. So again, no idea how well the server community is going to be, know how the server connections are going to be on average. No idea how much it's going to cost after the fact. Everybody's complaining about that because we don't know what you're going to do. Are they going to be expansion packs? Are they going to be hero collections? What have you? Because we know you're going to release more. Everybody's going to release more. That's how it works. You know, Again, beyond the aesthetic, gameplay wise, I get the same gameplay out of Dirty Bomb, or I get the same gameplay out of Team Fortress. You know, uh, if I just want a good shooter, if I want different shooters, I have PlanetSide 2, I have MechWarrior Online, I have World of Tanks, I have World of Warships. What are you bringing to the table besides pretty graphics that are going to take a lot of gigs to download to make me spend $70? Because remember, just because it's $70 is equal to 40 American dollars doesn't mean that I still don't feel the pain of 70 for me. You know, it's like, hello, it's all relative, I know, but still, for me, relatively speaking, this is not worth it, and has really dampened my opinion on it all. So I'm gonna keep an eye out, look what's going to happen, but for now, nope, it's a pass.